Okay, what's up, YouTube? Joseph here. I'm giving you guys some other recaps from today's like from today's live streams. So during the process, I recorded a couple of videos of pretty much all the wins. I didn't face any True King. I didn't face any uh Zodiac. I didn't face anything of that caliber. But I did face a lot of random. So let's get started. Let's start off with the first video. So the first replay, I believe, is against the Monarchs. This was with the Win-Witch Harpie variant. As you can see, I really didn't expect it to be Monarch because there was no extra deck, but it was a very hefty main deck. So I was assuming, when opening hand, I was assuming Light Swarm or some type of um, Infernoid. But when he dropped the Grim, the Storm Vassal, I was like, okay, this must be a variation of Monarch. And he just started flipping a whole bunch of Monarch cards. So right there, you see he goes for the Mobius, and I flip the Torrential, and he goes for the Legionary Snatch. Snatch comes on the board, but Snatch can be saved by Mobius. So pretty much Mobius got what he wanted out the Mobius. But unfortunately, I didn't really trip too much because I had the Harpist in the graveyard, and I knew I could go into Trishula. So pretty much that's what I did. I flipped Party, going from in the Harpy one and Harpist, dropping Harpy Chandler, and then going into Snowbell because I control more wind monsters, if anything. So then I go for the Trish, and I forget I can target the because Trish didn't target. I can hit the Mobius, but instead I hit the charge of the Monarch because I thought that'd be a better option to deal with the card that says you can't target. Then the cards that say, hey, they can be targeted by something that can't target, um, in worst case scenario. So then he goes for, I believe, Ida, and I go Feather Storm, so I know that he can't get the extra normal summon, um, and none of that shenanigans. So then I pretty much just go here for game. I summon the Harpy Chandler, I play Elegant Egotist, I go for another Harpy Lady 1, and I just swing in for game. Um, I wasn't really expecting much, and kind of thought I was going to see Treeborn and stuff like that, because it was a very large amount of stuff. So there he goes for Ina, but it's too late at that point to go get the March of the Monarchs. I said Charging Empress because that's the OCG translated name, because they're Empress, not in the OCG. In the CCG, they're the Monarchs. Okay, so that was versus Monarchs. I believe my next one is against, okay, the Buster Blader deck. So this card right here, Eater of a Millions. I didn't exactly know what it did, but then when I started reading, I was like, oh, okay. So this is pretty much a hybrid between Dark Magician and um Buster Blader. I think more so just putting a lot of the dragons from the extra deck into the graveyard and then abusing their abilities. So it's not a pretty too bad thing. So I flip the anti spell and I make a giant hand. Fearing that I was going to deal with some type of rogue setup. Giant hand is one of those monsters I really love going into because if you're dealing with a heavy monster effect deck, you can easily go into it and stop a lot of things. So there he goes for the destruction sword of memories. Um, and gets off the Buster Blader. So I end my turn. I just set the air reinforce in his third party, figuring that he'd probably come for me with a high monster. So then he drops the Eater of Millions, and I flipped the Storming Mirror Force to clear the board. So I'm not too worried about play. I didn't realize there was a face down dark hole. I pretty much just felt like, hey, I can play around it. So I set my dark hole, and then I swing again with the giant hand. I didn't think that the double destruction swords would go off, but hey, they did, and he brought out both the fusion and the synchro monster. So I get switched to defense mode. He gets a big buff in attack and defense, and then he draws. And I think what messed him up was the fact that Giant Hand was still on the board, and there probably wasn't enough damage to do to really get rid of the giant hand, because I think at that point he turned giant hand into a dragon, and I could just flip the dark hole. So next is okay. So this is against the Fluffle player, and this guy was very disrespectful. As you guys didn't see the in the replays, they don't show you guys the text, but he was very. I played him twice, and I beat him the second time. And he was very rude, rushing me. You know, I'm not a slow player, and it wasn't a slow play deck or situation. So here he goes into the fight for Tiger. I flip the torrential, so I could just get it out the way. He was stupid enough to target the hysteric sign, so they gave me the free search. So this card right here, recycling, using recycling plant, you pretty much get a monster that was used for fusion summon during your end phase, and then during your turn, discard a card from your hand, add power from your deck or graveyard. So I go for the queen. He hits the notice, which isn't a big problem. I go into Harpie Chandler. I activate Hysteric Sign. I go get Ego. And then I just set up my plays from there with Harpie Chandler. I was gonna drop Dancer, but I didn't want to lose too many cards in my hand. So I go for the Castell and I spin away the Fusion Plant. I set the Featherstorm, predicting that a Fightful monster was going to come out because he doesn't run Octo. So then he goes for the dog. He activates the dog. I flip the Featherstorm to deal with um, dog. So it wasn't too much of a risk at that point. I was just ready to set up. So I drew Upstart Goblin. I play the Upstart. I go into warning. I set the warning. I play Harpy Dancer. I swing for damage. Pretty much trying to lower as much life as I possibly can. I figured I didn't expect the Jar of Avarice, but I did remember for the last time we played, he did play Jar, but it was actually a lot easier to get off. So he does get another Jar, but he doesn't get anything to really go off into the polymerization. So he plays the. He doesn't play the pendulum yet. He sets the Jar. He sets the imp. I go for Harpie's Hunting Ground, predicting that the face down might have been another spell or another trap. So I activate Dancer. I summon her. I pop the other jar, and then I tribute her to play Elector. So at that point, I wasn't too concerned. He did go for the patchwork, and I'm like, okay, well, I have the warning. As long as he doesn't draw into Frightful Fusion, I should be fine. I don't even think he played Frightful Fusion. So he goes in for the dog. No, he goes for the patchwork, and then he goes get the poly. So I'm predicting the poly. I didn't care about the dog because I could swamp the dog. So then he plays the agent cards, and then he plays the poly. So I flip the warning to deal with the poly. He gets super pissed because I warning the one card he needed, and none of the cards in his hand can help deal with it. So I go into my next turn. I get the Harpy Lady, and I swing again. The messages he sent were just the most disrespectful. I think you guys can actually see it during um, one of the plays because the first stream part one cut off. Part two started off with me just showing this replay because he was very disrespectful, very nasty and very rude, and he had to be taught a lesson. And just for the record, um, you know, how people treat people in these games really just shows their type of arrogance. And it was just really just a really good. I don't know if he really understood it. He was actually not playing girl. He called me a girl, but he called me sweetheart. I was like, I'm not a girl, but thank you. Now watch this sweetheart and her flying army take you and rip you to shreds. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, Dark Magician. This actually caught me off guard because I didn't expect it to be Dark Magician. So here I set anti spell. I go for Harpy Queen. I play Hunting Ground. I put the anti-spell forcing him to set the allure and the magic circle, and I believe the magician's navigation and the dark magic veil. So I go into another Harpie Queen, activate Honey Ground, and I pop what I believe was a lure, and then he goes for magician's navigation. So and then he summons the apprentice magician. So I was actually tempted to make so I go for the Feather Storm and I go for Chidori. That was actually the wrong move. I was supposed to go for Castell. But I'm actually glad I didn't go for Castell because the Mirror Force is gonna send back. So then flips over, goes into Magician of Black Chaos. So then I flip the Storming Mirror Force to counter the Magician of Black Chaos, getting him out of the way. So I forgot the Princess Magician is Illusion Magician. She can special summon herself. So then at that point I said, okay, well, I can either blow her away and force the hand, or I can go to a different tactic. So at that point, I was supposed to have activated Chidori before I started my battle phase, and then got the 900 points of damage, and then set the Storm Mirror Force. Well, at that point, I just said, screw it. Let's see what you got. So then, Swan, um, Hysteric Party, I think Harpie Chandler triggered. Or no, I got another queen. Then I activated Hysteric Party. I summoned all my queens. I popped my anti-spell, and then I go in for a game. That was actually a rare moment where it actually saved me, because I didn't think I'd draw another Harpy, but I knew I had the two queens, so I thought I was going to get like 1200 points of damage, and then happened to do it with the Persecution. So at this point, I just went in for Harpy Fed Phantasmal Dragon. I played Phantasmal, and I dropped a Harpy Queen. So I didn't expect the second Dark Magic Veil, but that ended up winning me the game because he can't attack the Phantasmal Dragon, and the only thing he could negate our target was the Hunting Ground, because the Hysteric Party was pretty much dead at that point. I think what was my next card? Oh, a Cyber Harpy, and it really was that game at that point because Phantasmal has two materials under it. The next game I believe is Lightsworn. Yeah, Lightsworn. I'm sorry, not just Lightsworn. It's Chaos Dragon Sworn. So I set Swallow's Nest, go for his third party, summon Harpy, summon Cyber Harpy, go for Harpy Lady 1, and activate Queen. At this point, I didn't know what to expect. So my opponent goes for goes for Lumina to Dark Holes. I Swallow's Nest, I pitched Harpy Chandler, I pitched Cyber Harpy to go into Harpy Harpist, and then because she was summoned, I could activate Underground and then pop Hysteric Sign. So my opponent goes for Lumina, in phase Lumina, mills 2 like Pulsar Dragons. So I go for Harpy Chandler off of Harpist, and then for Hysteric Sign, I go for Queen, Featherstorm, and Harpist. So then I draw Joe, and I'm like, Joe is not going to be useful here. So I ended up just popping Harpy's Hunting Ground, activate Harpy Chandler, go for Harpy Dancer. I did activate the Queen's effect that turn. Activated Dancer, and also Dancer, put Dancer back on the board, and then activated Raigeki to blow up Lumina. So then at that point, I just went in for direct damage. I think at this point, I'm trying to remember, what did I do next? I went for Emerald. I attached my Emerald, and I sent my Harpies back to draw. At this point, I was just really struggling to see what I was going to draw. So I drew Upstart, prayed I drew Hysteric Party, and I drew Hysteric Party. So I said Hysteric Party, I set up Harpist, and then I went for Harpy Chandler. So then he draws not one, but he has two Necro Gardener. He discards the Necro Gardener to play the Light Pulsar Dragon. Light Pulsar Dragon swings his Emerald. I'm like, okay, that's 700 points. So, during the end phase, I said, screw it, let's go for a game. I summoned Harpist, Chandler, Dancer, Harpy Lee 1, Harpist, Queen, Chandler, and another Queen. and I popped the field spell because I'm like, okay, at that point, it's not needed anymore. I draw Solemn Warning. I think I set Warning. I go for Silent Anarch, and I snatch the Light Pulsar, and then I just beat in for a game. I knew he had a Necro Guard in the graveyard. I didn't expect two, but I pushed for game because I figured at this point, okay, it's time to get it over with. So I forced him to play the Necro Guard. Now I play the Feather Storm, and then I win for game. Next is more Life Storm. I think this was the Gem Knight variant with Brilliant Fusion. So I play Hysteric Sign. I go for Harpie Lady. I go for Harpist. I play Ego. I set the Swallow's Nest and put Sisters in defense mode. The whole purpose of let me pause it. So the whole purpose of playing Harpie Sisters is pretty much that opening play. Have a Harpie Lady, play Sisters, put the Sisters in defense, and forces your opponent to need to check the Sisters. In most cases where it's actually okay for the Sisters to get checked because then I think I swallow this into another monster. Um, but that's the whole reason why Sisters is here. Another reason is because it's a great elegant Aegis target because I have this second sign. So I can play another sign, go get the elegant Aegis, and put Cyber Harpy on the board if I needed to. So when my opponent draws, he has like one monster in the main deck. I'm so sorry that. Okay, so let's go back to this. Alright. So, he plays the rating, and if you check his graveyard, I think it was a Soul Charge and another spell he dumped. He didn't dump anything to really defend himself because he couldn't take out the Harpist. And the Gem Knight is completely useless to him. I would have suggested Foolish Burialing or Rotating into another monster, but I think at that point it was too late because of rating. And JD couldn't really do much to me. I think my next card, it's Harpie Chandler, so yeah, I really had more plays. The last duel I'm going to check, I believe, I don't know what this deck was on. Let me pause it to check what it is. It's Burn. It's Banish Burn. I'm glad I took it out when I did. So, I predicted BS. So I played Harpie. I played Harpie Dancer. I said Hysteric Sign. I played Hunting Ground. Activated Dancer. No, I said Sign. Played Hunting Ground. Played Dancer. And activated Dancer so I can get a ton of cards from my hand. So part of Duality, and I think he went for the Lava Golem. No, he went for the Necro Gardener. He plays this gold sarcophagus, activates the Necroface. I chain the Feather Storm because I know what Necroface does. So I made sure nothing happened with Necro. Pot of Cupidity, dumped 10 cards, set, I believe, the Necro Gardener and the DDR. So I drew into Hysteric Party, and I said, alright, it's time to get to work. So I activated Harpie Dancer. I summoned Harpie Heartless. I know I'm summoned Harpie Chandler, and I'm blowing my background like Royal Decree. Okay, so this must be stun. It wasn't stun. It was burn. So I was like, okay, well, I still have Dark Hole, so I can't be too concerned with Lava Golem. So I just start swinging with Harpie Chandler and Chidori and just clearing off the fences. I cleared out the monster because I didn't want to deal with it, and I cleared out the back row. So he draws into 1 day of peace, draws into Cupidity. Necroface has 1 turn on it. Then he summons the Eater of a Millions. And then he Pot of Cupidities again, plays Swords of Revealing Light when I'm sitting there just like, is this supposed to hurt me? And I was like, okay, well, now I'm just gonna end this. So I activate Harpie, I activate Chidori, I dump the Harpist, I play Hysteric Party, and I go for game. I pop the swords, I make another Chidori, and I'm like, okay, game's over. And that's pretty much how I won that. So it's a very strange scenario of dueling I had today. My only, I played a ton of random today. I played Paleozoic, and I really didn't expect Paleozoic. I thought it was frog. So when I flipped the anti-spell, they changed some of the Paleozoic stuff. I had a lot of random today. You guys can't see it on my channel, it'll be posted, but I want to show you guys the two decks that I used today. So the first one was pretty much just my whole Harpie Lady deck with the Harpie Sisters, the Swift Birdman Joe, and the Elector. And I side the barrier statues, Ghost Ogre, I side in Maxie's. I am going to take out Soul Charge, and I think this is kind of a bad one in the extra deck. I kind of want to use Symbols of Heritage, just because I have a monster like Swift Birdman Joe who can bring it back. I'm playing Zone, so I can go get either Hysteric Sign or Hysteric Party. Double Twin Twister, Field Barrier. I do side 2 more Storm Mirror Forces and 2 Icarus attacks. I'm not a big fan of main Icarus attack. And the only reason why is because of the fact that a lot of stuff can't be targeted. And then a lot of stuff, if it's targeted, they're going to just destroy it and benefit off it. So that's why I chose not to run Icarus Attack. I haven't run Icarus Attack since... God, when did Harpie Harvest come out? Like 2-3 years ago? So, I was pretty much the last one I ran Icarus Attack. And even then, I still had to deal with Cosmo. And Cosmo was something you can really deal with because none of it's really targeted. My extra deck is pretty much generic as it goes. Of course, this isn't updated, so Emerald's not banned yet. So I took full advantage of that. I'm going to show you guys my win with, which was the second deck the other deck that I played. The person I made it for, Core, because I can't really pronounce the rest of his username, but Core showed up to the stream and he was really happy to see me playing the deck. I hope he did enjoy it because it was a really hard deck to build. And a lot of things were not conceptually what I thought they were going to be at the end of the day with this version, but I really did enjoy playing it. I did have to go back to it because I had forgot about Mistworm, and I said, well, if I'm going to add Mistworm, I'll just add Trishula. So that's pretty much what happened. Trish and Mistworm ended up coming in, and I sided out the doubles of Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, Harpie Pet Phantasmal Dragon, Ice Beast 05, and Custo. So that way I could utilize the extra deck. I also sided out one of the Winter Bells, just because I could easily go into Crystal Wing Synchron and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. But I never really made Clear Wing. I always went from a level 7 I always went from Winter Belt into Clear Wing, Crystal Wing, I'm sorry. So it wasn't a much of an issue. It was real bad because I had so many different. I could easily have brought out the Crystal Wing. I just didn't have pretty much most of the room. But I think the Clear Wing was I think the Crystal Wing was a lot better than the Clear Wing in terms of just keeping myself together. And the rest of the deck was pretty much solid itself. I don't know if I played any games yesterday during that stream, but stuff should be posted as well. So, that's pretty much the end of this video. I just wanted to show off the replays, and I want to show off both versions of Harpies that I played today. I want to thank everyone who came to watch and support my videos and support, just the hard struggle that I'm trying to get through and making, this very active Harpie decks and variations and all that whatnot. So if you guys have any questions or stuff, please leave them in the comment section below or message me on my social sites, which will also be posted. I am sleepy, so till next time, you guys. HPJ signing out. Take care, everyone, and have a great night.